I think this was the last year he was in on Webster. So e4, e6. I'm gonna look at it from white because I won. And the nice thing about the game is that I was basically playing for, I kind of went for a drawish because I was 3 out of 3. I was 3 out of 3 in the tournament. And of course I'm playing Wesley with white, so I was like, all right, let's play something solid. And I've played hundreds of games with Wesley, so I know his style, I know what he wants. I didn't want to get into theory because I knew he knows everything. So what did I do? A boring exchange. You're right. Actually, not yet. I played knight c3 because I knew he was gonna play the what's it called? I forgot the name of this one. The name of this variation. Forgot. Well, I forgot it. Win hour. Oh my god. Thank you, GM County. Thank you. Win hour variation. Yes. And now I did pawn takes pawn. So I was playing a little chicken. I was playing little chicken here. But here's the thing. This is my suggestion. Never play it against your style, because it goes wrong. I know because of my style of play, I don't understand as positions that are solid or boring as I understand positions that are aggressive. So I cannot play positions that when I want to play for a draw, I have to play for a win. And I've learned that my entire life. Every time I try to play for a draw, I end up getting destroyed. The guy give me a lecture. Because you cannot go against your style, because that is exactly what your opponent likes at the end of the day. So this is a proof of that. I played the exchange variation thinking, oh, I'm going to be solid, right? For the first time in my freaking life. No. So I go bishop d3 and I go knight e2, and you're going to see what happened. I start going g4 at some point because that's all I can see. I mean, that's the problem. You play a solid position, but all you can see is how to attack, and then it doesn't work. That's how you start making bad moves. So I castle. All of this pretty boring stuff. And of course, I go knight f4, which is a very nice. I was very happy to see this. In fact, let me make this a little smaller so you guys don't see what's coming. Look at that. So I went. Oh wait, did I just jump all the way? Okay, so I go bishop g6, knight takes bishop, pawn takes g6, and I go knight 2. So I feel like I'm already slightly better. I think this is a pretty logical, easy position for me already. So 1 second, let me close this. Too much going on here. All right, so I like my position. I got pair of bishops. I move my knight away, so I'm ready to go something like c3. Something I don't want to do is to trade bishops. For example, bishop f4 I think will be nice for him if he can trade the bishops, because the pair of knights are usually better than bishop and knight. At least that's my feeling. I don't know. Knight b7. If you know a book, actually I had a student of mine tell me the other day that some other GM told him the opposite. So I don't know who's right. If you guys know it, let me know. Because in my opinion, I think it's based on experience. Pair of knights are better than bishop and knight. But he thinks that's the opposite. I don't know. Some GM told him that. But anyway, this is the moment when I'm like, I don't know. In my mind, I was looking at bishop f4 and rook e8, c3, queen d2, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's okay, but maybe he has knight 5. And then I started to see visions of nothing. Then I was like, well, then why not? Let's just go for it, right? It's freaking Wesley, but I gotta follow my style, right? So I just go bam, g4. Let's go, baby. You think you're just gonna sit there and no, I'm gonna attack you. And this is actually a good approach for someone who does strong. Attacking is not a bad idea, because worst case, what? You lose the game. Who cares? So g4. Of course, it depends on the position, but I'm talking about as a general rule. Like if you say 90%, I think the knights are combined. They're better than bishop and knight, but who knows? I play king g2, and in reality, all of this is correct. Or at least that's what I thought. I have a feeling that everything here is correct. I know that I had a moment where it was a draw. It's supposed to be a draw, and he kind of messed it up. He let me come back, so I let him come back, and it was a draw. I'm going for him in g4. Then he goes rook e8, and of course, what do you think I did? Guess what I did? I'm gonna get some more water, guys, and maybe some wine, some vino. Guess what I did? I think it's pretty easy to see now, to guess what I did. All right, so what's up? What's up? H4, G5, Knight F4. They all look juicy, huh? King G3. I love King G3. Oh, my favorite. Oh, did you say Knight G3? King G3? That's not possible. That's not possible. Illegal move. No, H4, baby. Boom. H4, baby. H4, let's go. So H4 and but here's the thing, the computer is giving like I'm worse here, but who cares? Who cares, right? I feel like I like white here, you know? I don't care what the computer says. Who cares? So he goes, you meant 9. Okay, of course. So I go, he goes C5 and of course C3. One of the things I want to do is I don't want to allow the knight to go to E5 or to C5. So if pawn takes, I'll gladly just take back with the C pawn so that the knight doesn't come up. Trying to keep the position close. He goes Queen C7. Thank you. That was so loud. Thank you so much, Dan Cruz, for subscribing again. Wow, it feels like you subscribed the other day. Wow, that's awesome. It's been a month already. That's crazy. Thank you so much, Dan. Thank you so much. Let me see if I can heat it. Can I heat this up? 1 second. Subs. There are currently 54. Oh, 54. Okay. We're close. So when I get to 100, guys, remember, when I get to 100, I'm going to do a Mr. Capablanca in honor of Capablanca's. Is that what it is? No, it's Capablanca. Capablanca. Boom. So when I get to 100 subs, I'm gonna do a lecture on Capablanca. I actually never seen, like I said, more than 5 games, but I'm gonna take the time to study maybe 50 or 100 Capablanca games and pick the best games on my opinion. You might see games that you've never seen before because I don't know. I'm just gonna order them by year and just start and look for 1, for 2 or whatever and see what comes up. I'm gonna try to pick up interesting positions, so you might not see the entire game, but I'm gonna put up an end game or middle game that I think was interesting so that you guys learn something. So that's gonna happen when I get to 100 subs. We're 54 now, I think. Wait, what did I already did it? So boom, I have the book of Capablanca's best game. I don't even want to see the book. Because I want to make my own conclusion of the best games, which will be interesting. I'm interested. I'm excited to do it. So yeah. So bam, Red King Rook. Red King's Rook. That's awesome. Look at that. That's a nice endgame nickname right there. Sora 1985. It can't sub because of sanctions of Iran, but I hope anyone who can support your great channel. Thank you so much, Sora 1985. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. That's very nice for you to say. So and thank you so much, Red King's Rook. We're now 55. Bam. 96, closing to Capablanca. Also, I was thinking to do it because Capablanca's birthday was last week. So of course, also because Capablanca is the only world champion from Cuba, so it makes sense. It makes total sense Mr. Pickle gifted a tire one sub to Sora 95. Thank you so much, Mr. Pickle. Thank you so much, Mr. Pickle. Appreciate it. Queen D2. Mr. Pickle has gifted 130 subs. That's insane. And we are with a hype train. What? That's crazy. That's crazy. 94% for the hype. Woof. Let's go. Choo choo, baby. Okay, I think this is the moment where the position got this was the moment where the position got bad for him. He should have taken the pawn. He should have taken some pawn or something to open up the position. Instead, he played c4. And this is something that I always tell my students. Never play c4. Never play c4 on a Queen's Gambit, on a French, on a Caro-Can. I don't care. Never play c4. This, on a London system, never play c4. Who plays c4 here? Well, Wesley did. I was surprised about c4. I was extremely surprised. He got banned. Like Wesley Serious said. Why do you play c4? This is insane. And you know what? He's a 2700. He knows better than me. So I was like, okay, let's go. I think he was honestly trying to push for a win too much, that he missed the chance. So he plays c4, and even my students would not play c4 here. So totally mocked, banned, killed. Bishop c2. Boom, Queen e7, and already better. This was another surprising move. So he's basically making all the moves that I can do to improve. I wanted this too. Wesley so playing worse than my student. Yes. Well, at least not this at this point. I'm pretty sure that c4 was not gonna be played by my students. I can tell you all that much. This is so cool. We got some famous streamers here today. GM Canty, Wise Serious. Amazing. Really cool stuff. Shout out to Wise Serious. Tally, please. And of course to GM Canty again. Thank you. Thank you so much, you guys. Bishop a4. Look at, I mean, this move was cool too. I mean, I love this move. Even though it might not be the best move. I wanted to play rook h1. No, but you would see the idea. No, the idea is to get that rook out of the e file. So I go bishop a4 first. He goes rook somewhere, and then I play rook h1. This looks incredible. I don't care what people say. There's some real legends here today. Real legends. Wise Serious gifted a GM County, and now we made it to 100% hype, guys. Thank you so much. Hype, choo choo, baby. Choo choo. Woo. Choo choo. I would say choo choo, baby. Let's go. Level 1 complete. That train is gone. Rook h1. So now, of course, when I got here, I knew that the things were looking good for me. I was not going to take a draw at this point. At this point, if he offered me a draw, which I don't think he was going to anyway, I was going to say no, of course. Like, this is my type of positions. You know, if it would have been a more solid position, I would be like, okay, maybe. But this, I just cannot take a draw here. I just cannot, right? It's just level 2, baby. 22%. Woohoo! Whoop whoop. Choo choo. Let's go. B5. Of course, bishop c2. My bishop was fine here. In fact, I was kind of hoping that he would play b5. So this makes sense. c4 is like basically almost a giveaway. Like, it's just incredible to see that move. So happy. Because now, well, a move like c4, the problem is that you don't have any weaknesses anymore. He just created a fortress for my pawn on d4. So he goes rook e8 back to e8. So he did what he needs to do. He's putting his rook on the e file. And now I made a move that was probably not the best move. Oh my god. Yeah, I mean the best move here is insane. I'm not even gonna show you because this is out of the best move here is king f1. I mean, who comes up with this move? Can you guys tell me who comes up with this freaking move? No way. So forget about that. You were going to suggest king f1? No. Wow. But what is the idea? If you tell me that it's rook h2. Wow. No, but I don't see rook h2. That's the problem. Unless you want to play f4 or something. Okay. But anyway, I would have never done it. So I took the knight on f6 because I thought, well, maybe he would take me. I don't want to go back because he has moves like his core attacks. So I took the knight. Also, this game lasted only 30 moves or something like that. 31 moves. So bishop takes knight. Queen takes f6. Looking good, right? Then what's next? What's next, baby? Let's kill. Let's scoop the top 5. Back in the day, he was like, what, top 50 maybe? Or top 60? Boom. King of 1 is the textbook computer best move. Yeah, well, I don't even know because actually this computer is not very good. I need to... The computer that I'm using is very, very low power. There's no... so I don't know. The computer that I used to analyze this game. King F1 and King E2 now. Come on. No, what are you going to do now? What are you going to do? H5. That looks great. The problem with H5, though, the only problem with H5 is that G5. That was my problem with G5. So now he's probably better. That's the problem. Now he has control of the dark squares and he has more space. H6, G6. If you keep going, I'm going to ignore the pawn, right? Typical defense here. So you need to make sure that your bishop stays good and better. And you don't want to make a move like H5 if you give up the control of the F4. Of course, I was never going to give up the knight on F6 if I didn't have this awesome move. F4, baby. Keeping my bishop good. Playing G5 and H5, and then I am the one opening the diagonal. Very different story. So 14 domino, you are rated like 500. Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, you have a way to go, but you can do it. You can do it. 500, you know, everyone starts there. My wife just started playing like like a month ago, like when the whole thing with the Queen's Gambit started, and she is now, I think she's like 600 now. So pretty cool. She's doing tactics. Okay, 50 seconds, 49 seconds to the train, guys. Level 2. Boom. It might be the end of the train. We'll see. So F4, insane, right? G5 coming, H5. It just looks like I'm just winning. I was feeling winning already. Oh, is she going to start playing like Beth Harmon? Yeah, that's what people are doing nowadays. Hey, Grey Wolf. Yeah, that's what people... Rook B8. I mean, this is where you can see the level, right? These are moves that are very hard to make. So Rook B8, I would not expect that move from not just Wesley, but from anyone. It's such a random move to make, right? I understand that you need to make some compensation, but Mr. Pico with the 500 and
helping the train pride 100.
Oh, the train is gonna stop on 010. Boom, and the train is gone with the 44% on the level 2. Thank you. Wait, did I make it? I received the level 1, baby. Thank you so much, you guys. Complete a 1. This is actually my second train ever. Or my third. Well, the train just left. So, 14 domino, y también eres platino. Muy bien, muy bien. Yo soy cubano. Okay, so Rook B8 and, of course, B4, B5. I mean, it's a very strong move, but very hard to make. Would I play E4 or D4 or Knight F3 versus Beth? I would play E4. I mean, I would play E4 against anyone. I mean, I could play D4, but I would be very careful. I mean, I guess it depends on what I want to do. Maybe if I need to make a draw, I would probably go for D4 maybe. But if I feel more confident, I would just play for E4. So, bam, let's go. G5, of course, this is almost force. I mean, there's nothing else. That's why I did F4. Beth is just too strong. I mean, there's nothing we can do against Beth. I mean, it's playing like a computer, basically. And, of course, actually, no. This is an interesting... Oh, my God. I didn't realize that I played this. No wonder I won the game. The next move is amazing. And, of course, everyone is seeing H5, no? Da. But what happened if I play H5? I mean, H5 is the move that 99% of the people will play. A3 looks good. Then he's probably going to go A5. So A3, A5, so you're not really accomplishing anything. It would delay things a little more. Wow. Okay, but so G5. Let's talk about H5 first. So I want to talk about H5. This is not what happened in the game, but I want you guys to understand. Because I thought this was... I'm surprised that I didn't do this. I didn't play H5. Do we need to worry about any sacks on G5? That's one of the things I was thinking. I was thinking maybe knight takes F4. But I think that queen takes g5 doesn't work because I got king f3 and my king's fine somehow. But wait, is it? Oh no, king f1. What am I talking about? Oh my god, why did I do king f6? Actually, king f3 is bad because I got rook b6. This is insane. Rook b6 and then bam, bam. This is pretty bad. So believe it or not, look at me saying about the moves that no one would ever think of. I thought about king f1 and I freaking played king f1. Even I don't remember this. I guess I calculated something, and of course, but but I have to say that king f1 now is not so bad logically because you are trying to go rook h2, then h5. So you're piling up on the file to free the rooks. I mean, that makes a lot of sense. In this case, king f1 makes more sense. In the other one though, with the bishop on h2 pointing, it didn't make any sense. It didn't make any sense. So I played king f1, of course, not of course, but I was also thinking that the fact that there's nothing, and I was worried. I think I worry about this knight takes, and of course this guy is 2700. You gotta be careful. I didn't want to fall for a trick here, right? In a position that I know I was already practically winning. So I played king f1, which is to me was kind of a safe move to make. And he goes b4. He just keeps going for it, and I'm like, okay, let's go, baby, let's go. Now my king's safe. There's no knight takes f4. There's nothing. I'm just taking everything. He goes pawn takes pawn only move. I don't remember the confidence level that he played it with. I do remember him getting in time trouble. He was in time trouble before me, way before me. I think he had like, eventually he had like 5 minutes left when I had like 20. Then I got in time trouble. Then we both got in time trouble. I let him go. It was draw. Then he made the final mistake and I won the game. That's my memory of the game. It was mostly about the end. So he played g6. I played rook h6, which was probably okay. I mean, what else can I do? I can do this, but you don't want to block the passing rooks, right? So rook h6. He plays king g7, and what do? Isn't Wesley so among super slow among super GMs? Not at all. Not at all. He's so fast. He's very fast. The slowest one of all is Caruana. Fabiano is definitely probably the weakest. The weakest of all. He is by far, I think, the weakest player in the. I mean, on Blitz at least. So I've played hundreds of games. In these 2 years that, like I said, we trained together. We played hundreds of games. We even bet on some games. $5 a game. Wesley saw on me. We play probably like 700, 800 games. I end up owing him like $200, which is not bad for $5 a game games. That's pretty good. And I basically got a free training with Mr. Wesley So, who is a freaking he's a freaking book. I mean, he's literally a book himself. It was like I played him, and then every time it was like, oh, what did I do? He would just know all the lines. He played d4, he played e4, he played c4, and he knew everything, and it didn't matter. It was insane. And every time I prepare for the next day, and we came back and play, he just came out with new stuff. It was insane. This is all blitz. It was all blitz. Did you score better against So than Ray scoring against So? Actually, Ray never played with him. It was only me and him. We played like 700 or 800 games. It was insane, and we did it in like a period of weeks. I think I ended up paying him 200, but I think I owe him like 500, and then he's like, oh, hey, just give me 200. So it was insane. It was insane, but it was so good for me. I was at 2600 back then, so I was not when we did this, I was at 26 plus, and I was pretty good in blitz. I remember myself being pretty decent in blitz, and he was 2670, but his strength was way more. The difference is that I actually care about school. I went to school. I got a degree. He didn't go to class. I mean, the first 6 months or a year maybe he did, but after that he didn't. I mean, he stopped going. He just studied all day. It was insane. I mean, he just there was a moment I actually almost didn't see him. So yeah, he was So yeah, and he is very fast. He's fast. He knows openings. He calculates super fast. He knows strategy. I mean, we're talking about another level, guys. I got lucky in this game. I got lucky in 2 games with him. I think he just got in positions that I was comfortable with. He should have got. Okay, so this is the moment of truth. He goes knight takes g5, and I think he sees what was coming. No, I'm coming with queen h3, rook h8 because I didn't want to give him the trade of the rooks. So, queen h3, rook h8, and bam. Yeah, guys, happy Thanksgiving to everyone, guys. I forgot about that. Tomorrow. That's crazy. And we're looking at the Thanksgiving Open. What a coincidence, no? Which I think it was, actually. So, oops. Wrong. What did I do? Go back to there. Queen d2. Sorry, guys. Just jump in. King f1, bam. Queen e3 before rook h6. Queen g7, queen e3. He goes knight takes d5. Bam. Try to get rid of the pressure. So queen takes queen is the only move, right? There's nothing else here. Yeah, Grisho is an exception to say not. He just gets better with lower time. Which, yeah, it's pretty impressive what Grisho can do. I've seen him, but I think he's very good for him, but bad for his nerves. I feel like. So for Roger says something about. Okay, so yeah, the Grishuk, I actually played Grishuk not so long ago, and he did a similar thing. I had like a minute, he had like 10 seconds. He just played perfect. It was bad. It was a blitz game, but still pretty awesome. So he gives up 2 pawns for a knight. He gives up the knight for 2 pawns, but he gets some compensation, especially if I manage to lose these pawns. So conceptually speaking, if you're up material like minor pieces like a knight or a bishop, it is not good for you to trade pawns, right? So trading pawns is the last thing you want to do, because as you trade more pawns, as closer you get to a draw position. For example, even if I get these 2 pawns and he trades every single one of these pawns, the position is very likely to be a draw. Especially if you, for example, trade rooks or trade the bishop for a knight, or any outcome with too many trades will become a draw, because you cannot promote anymore. So you cannot transfer the position, and so the position will be a draw. So I had to keep as many pawns as I can. There's another problem though. I don't have activity for my rooks. My rooks needs to become active. Maybe get some checks. I need to be able to attack something. My bishop maybe can go here and attack the pawn on d5. That could be a thing. But he's also getting active. I mean, these guys have like 50 lives. You see it. You can see it here with this sack, no? So he takes the pawn, and of course I take back with the b pawn. I was actually pretty happy that I had this knight that protects this pawn, because this pawn protects this pawn, and then that makes it very hard for black to attack this pawn, especially because I got plans like this and take the pawn on d5. So it looks good for me. I'm just up a bishop, or sorry, knight. So he gets a 3rd pawn, or at least he was trying to. So this move is also very nice, because I actually don't even remember why I did that. I think it was maybe to play bishop d7, rook h6. I mean, look at this. I mean, the guy's also active. I was very worried, and we were. I was starting to get in time trouble. He was already, I think, in time trouble. I know we end up with like 1 minute each at some point. It was very, very intense. And there was no second time control, so anything could have happened at this point. I play bishop e8. I was just making moves that make sense. I think I had a4 already, but I tried out bishop a4, because again, I'm trying to create what? Weaknesses. I'm trying to create weaknesses. And this did it to me. I mean, this was huge for me, because now I have a g6 weakness. That, to me, that was actually probably the losing move here. He could have, I mean, this move is very hard to make, but as long as he keeps this pawn structure, my rooks are very hard to activate. Maybe I have to play rook h2, but I don't know. Even rook f3 and maybe f5, but it makes it a lot harder. So he played bishop f5, which I think it makes sense. And then I go rook g2. Maybe rook h2 was better, but whatever. I played rook g2, and of course I messed this up. I almost drew the game. He goes bishop d2. And of course, well, it was time for me to protect the pawn. Bam, a4. On top of that, I got a bishop b5 move. But I don't really care about this pawn. I'm only doing this to distract. What I want to do is maybe create some mate threats, like rook g3, but wait, he's got g5. So how do I make progress? How do I make progress? So he goes check, king f2, bishop e1 check, king f3. I don't want to make a draw, of course. You go down, bishop e3. It's not good. So it's a draw. Actually, wait, is that mate? Maybe bishop h4. I think it's mate. So anyway, king f3 is the only move. So he goes rook here, now taking my pawn. I mean, he just keeps doing stuff, right? And then here I decided, okay, I should be winning here. What the heck? Easy money, right? Bishop takes c3. Rook a7 check. All of this is perfect. I'm activating my rooks for just one pawn. As long as I have an extra pawn. I just need one pawn alive. I could trade everything else, but have the one pawn alive. If I can keep one pawn is enough. I don't want to trade all of them, because then that leads to a lot of draws. Or at least draw options like trading rooks and stuff like that. So king f8, he goes only move 2, because if you go king f6 or rook f7 check, this is looking like mate to me. King e6, look at that. I think knight f4 wins, right? Oh wow, I mean this is insane. But even knight f4 just wins. King e6 and I just get an extra rook. Yeah, I mean that's pretty easy. Alright, so you gotta go king g5 only move. And man, it looks like I'm gonna mate him again, right? So I go what? Okay, this is I think the moment that I blunder. Oh my god. Okay guys, I'm gonna leave you here because again we were both in time trouble. So I if I had more time I would have seen this instantly. But I'm looking at this score attack that I have to be careful, right? There's a king, of course. There's a rook g2 maybe. I don't know what else. What I did in the game, bishop b5. There was also maybe some king f2 that you could do, like you know, a waiting move. I don't know. What do you think is the best move here? There's a lot of moves, but you got to be careful, right? Bishop takes e4 is coming back. So see if you guys can find the winning moves right here. White to move, and it's just over. Over. No chance. While I do that, guys, I'm gonna look for another couple of cool games. Let's see who was the highest rating after Wesley that I beat. So I beat Arkady Naidich, Julio Oranda. I beat Drew Almashi, Areschenko, who else I beat there? Durar Bailey, 26 plus. I know I beat some more. I played Yui Poker twice, but she beat me. Lulek Wan Liam as well. Alright, we're gonna see some of those. Alright, so anyway, Rook G2 check, but I don't see the solution still. Well, yeah. Yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy. Rook G2 check, King H6 only move, of course. Then what? Then King F4. Bishop D2 check though, right? What? Rook takes F5? Oh, you're saying Rook. You're saying Rook. When he has an annoying discover. Yes, watch out with the score attack. I cannot believe how simple this is now. Oh my god. This was still a draw because I played the I messed it up. I messed it up later. You see. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Wait, did I? Oh my god, I didn't even do... I just realized I didn't actually play Rook F7. No. This was not the game. This was not the game. Oh my god, I'm sorry. He actually didn't go King F6. He went King F8. So we're gonna see King F8. So never mind about this. This was not what happened. I'm crazy. I'm crazy. Losing my mind right now. But if this happens, what happened? It's actually pretty easy. It's not that easy, but basically You were close. You were very close, virtuoso. Rook g2 check. King here. The problem is, of course, king f4. I got the check, and I survive. So, what do? Well, easy money. Knight takes bishop. Rook takes knight. Now king f4, and oops. Mate. Only move what? Rook h3. And well, the problem is that now my king's too active. So even if as long as I didn't do king e5, it was check, right? So I just make a move like to stop this. Something like maybe even bishop b5, but no, rook e2. That's very nice. And now my king comes in and it should be winning. Because I trade the bishop, but I still keep pawns. As long as pawns are alive, one pawn, that's all I need, right, to win this position like this. So and of course with my king active, the rooks becomes monster. Very hard to pass these pawns because they're just only two pawns, and my rooks are very active. So this is not what happened though. He didn't play king f6 because I think he saw that and he's like, okay, that would have been too easy for me too. So he goes king f8. I mean, the guy is always making it harder for you. I mean, that's why he's a 2700. And I think this is where I blunder. Was it here? Yes, I think I blunder here. So white to move, guys. White to move. What did I do? I still won the game somehow, but I did blunder. Maybe was it fully blunder? I think so. Yeah, this is bad. Like really bad. Maybe still better, but not like as winning as I am right now. I'm asking myself, how did I even think about this? But actually, now that I'm seeing it, it's very hard to think about this. especially if you have like 5 minutes left, you're playing at 27:40 or 7:30. It's not an easy thing to do neither, right? Okay, I did not see this, but basically you could do rook h8. That's a very good move. Rook h8 looks very good. Rook h8 would have been much better. King e7, and then move the king somewhere. That's it. Going up is the key. I mean, this is one of the. I think I missed this completely because I was worried about bishop d2. Actually, rook h8, rook h7 might be too dangerous because then I give you a check. So the key here is to activate the king. Now you gotta go up to get this pawn on d5, and of course rook h8, king e7, rook h7 doesn't help. No, this doesn't help because now I can do something like exactly, and then I don't let you go up. That's why the move here is king f4. It's huge. It's important to make king f4 so that now you have king e5. But anyway, this was actually not the easiest one. The easiest one was to go very hard to make knight takes bishop. No, sorry, no knight takes bishop. Yeah, actually yes, knight takes bishop, rook takes knight, king f4. Okay, this is insane. And then rook b7. What the heck, computer? I mean, who comes up with this stuff? If you got 2 minutes left, no one will see this shit. And then now, of course, rook h8 mate is coming. Unstoppable. Or, well, you can do rook f6, but I probably go rook h7 and still mate you anyway. No. Rook h8, of course, and then rook ba, and I take the rook. I mean, that's like, fuck. Like, what the heck? Of course, no way I was going to do that. So yeah, rook c7 close. That's very nice, Grey Wolf. Very nice, but probably king ba, and then maybe rook g7. Possibly works too. I think it works either way. Rook c7 works too. No, wait. No, it doesn't work, because then I kick you, right? Ooh, no. Okay, but of course, I didn't even think about this. I mean, me giving up a bishop in a position that I know I'm winning, are you kidding me? For no reason with Wesley so? No, you played the safe move, right? You would think. I played bishop b5. The easy move, right? The move that everyone would probably pre-move on Lee chess. Bishop b5. Protects the bishop, attacks the rook. He goes rook e6, and now he makes the losing move. Actually, I think we still make more mistakes. He had a move here that was insane too. It was bishop b4. What the heck? I think I saw this and I'm like, king f2, what's the problem? But then his rook comes active, and this is supposed to be complicated. I don't know. It doesn't matter. He goes rook e6, and now I'm completely winning, and we are in move 44. So the game lasted 3 more moves. He resigned on move 47. Well, what is the move here, guys? Wait, is this what happened in the game? Yeah. Three more moves. 1, 2, 3. And he resigned. My first victory against the 2700. Bam. Actually, it's my only one, maybe. Well, I've beaten more, but actually never played. The thing is, I have never played 2700s. I've played only one. I think Wesley's the only 2700. That's not true. I played leg 1 Lien and I lost to him. That's it. 27. So I have 50% against 2700. I mean, come on. Pretty good. King F4. Well, King F4 Bishop D2. Mate. Oh my god. You get mated. Ah. Electrocuted. What? Bishop D2. Ay, ay, ay. No. You had the right idea, though. You had to, suspiciously Alandish. Yes, baby. That's what I did. Simple. I mean, you're time trouble. You need to keep it simple. That's why I play Knight takes Bishop. And of course, King F4 now is over. I mean, my king's too active. You don't have any more checks. I got checks on HA coming. So he goes Rook D3, which makes no sense. And what is up? I make one more move, and he resign. You never beat Dominguez in the tournament. I actually never played Dominguez in the tournament, which is really weird. We grew up in the same country, but we never played. The reason for that is because I was he was too strong when I became a top player in Cuba. I was when I got to 2600. I was the third Cuban player ever to reach 2600 FIDE. And when I did that, he was in another level. He was like in 2750, and he never played the Cuban Championships. He never played. He only played the top tournaments in the world, so there was no way to play him. Rook HA mates coming with Rook HA. Yes. So I played Rook HA, and of course, it's made in 2 moves, guys. 2 moves, and Wesley so resigns. Boom, and I win that game. Very nice, very nice. So this was the second time I played him. Actually